I always wanted to do animation and film and gravitated to some of the Disney animation, especially when I was young, especially Cinderella when I was 10 years old. Just like, what is this thing that made me laugh and made me cry, and every emotion within 85 minutes. You know, this is amazing.
Today, we're talking about a career with the power to make people feel something. We're talking about what it's like to be an animator. Hi, and welcome back to Roadtrip Nation's channel. I'm Jenny, and today we're gonna explore what it's like to work as an animator and talk through the helpful info like what kind of salary you can expect, what kinds of educational paths you can take, and how you can get started in the field. This is part of a series that explores all different careers connected to your interests, so make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Let's get into it. From classic styles like 2D animation, stop-motion animation, and claymation, to the more modern computer-driven forms of 3D animation, the opportunities within this field are vast. Animators draw, model, and even code anything the imagination can dream up, working on projects ranging from feature films to advertisements. Because of this variety in styles and mediums, no two animators' days are exactly alike, which means no matter what your artistic style and work preferences may be, there's room for you to play in the worlds of animation. Here's how a few animators from major studios describe their day-to-day work.
No day is the same ever is the fun thing here.
With Wally, we went to JPL and went to a bunch of cruise ships and got very thorough tours of the interior bowels of a cruise ship, and also trash dumps.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
It's this perfect combination for me of art and technology, where there's some coding, a lot of like problem solving and getting the computer to do what you want it to do, but the end result is the visuals, which to me is so magical, where you are doing this very sort of left and right brain things, and that's kind of my happy place.
Went from film production to animation to computer animation for me. And that was really interesting because it had this sort of scientific side, math and science, which I was really good at, and it had this artistic side. So I could program 1 minute and then I could go fool around with animation, look at cartoons and stuff.
We bring a lot to the table, whereas we really think about the backstory of the characters, and it's all to service the director's vision, because animators may work on chunks of scenes. So what we do is we make sure that it feels like one single character, because it's not like one actor, it's many actors, many animators bringing one character to life.
For entry-level animators, the average starting salary is $64,203 a year. Once you've put in some time and work as an entry-level animator, you could work your way up into a supervisor or director's role. Here's Disney's Wayne Unton explaining the difference between his first job as an animator and his current role as an animation supervisor.
If I'm an animator, I'll be working on my shots, and as a supervisor of the character, it's a little, the terminology is a little weird. I'm an animation supervisor that we look over the sequences of the film. My focus is on that character, so I'll be shepherding that character's performance, and then I'll be supervising the sequences. If it's an Elsa-centric sequence, then I'll be supervising the entire sequence of the performance on that sequence.
And beyond climbing the animation ladder, you can also use your career in animation to help fuel your interests outside of work. If you want to become an animator, it's possible to get started right now. Seriously, there are no barriers to starting your portfolio. You can get started by watching some of your favorite animated films, then creating your own versions of the characters. If you want to branch out from there, you can use free online classes and video tutorials to learn more of the tools and techniques that form the foundations of animation. But a more structured education is also a great choice, especially if you want more direct guidance and feedback from peers and teachers. A majority of animators do have a bachelor's degree, and many animators we talked to said college can help you figure out exactly which field of animation is right for you.
I grew up in small town New Hampshire, and I went to undergrad at Skidmore, and I studied studio arts there. And I took a broad range of stuff. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Senior year, I took a class in 3D animation, and it was really cool. And I had no idea that it was actually something that non sort of computer nerds can learn. So that really opened the door
Even if you do get a degree in fine arts or animation, the field is always changing. So you'll need to be a lifelong learner who loves to keep up with the new innovations in the field.
Have fun with some research. Once you get interested in something, go and find out as much as you can about it. I mean, it's not that hard to do, especially with the internet, you know? You can always get a dozen books on a subject and just read through them and just keep doing that.
When I first took animation classes, you know, they had an animation club, and you meet people who are into the same things that you're into, you know, have the same animation heroes, and you know, you can relate to them, and that was great. I think that was almost more beneficial than, or as beneficial as the classes themselves, because you're sharing that knowledge or what you learned or what you geek out about in animation.
Overall, becoming an animator is a great option for anyone who has a talent for art and an appreciation for making characters come to life. So if you're looking for a career where you can let your imagination take you anywhere you want to go, animation could be the path for you.
I heard the story where this kid who has autism could connect and share his experiences with his mom through Elsa. Like, you know, when Elsa closes the door on Anna and how she's feeling in the room, like he could then communicate with his mom like what he was going through. And it was just, you know, things like that. It's like, well, we're gonna make sure we make the best movie for those, you know, for the audiences, because you really don't know what the people who watch these films, you know, what they're going through there. We're creating something that's bigger than any of us, and it's so much fun.
If you liked this peek into the world of animation, like and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes looks at cool careers. And tell us what kinds of careers you'd love to see us explore next in the comments below.